Happening, troops. I'm just getting organised for tonight's keys. I've got a bit of hair at the back fucking doing this wavy thing again. And I'm letting the model dry out as well. Happening. Just logging out one character. I can still smell the paint fumes. A couple of minutes. I'm just quickly sorting out characters a second. Still trying to get a hold of the neck piece for Uldaman, and then rings from under Rock and Naltharian's lair. Oh, there's got folk already on Discord. I'll be on in a second. I think I'm actually on Discord, I'm just not in the channel. And I forget where I put Discord. There it is. Grab the Paladin. Get underway. We need to try and work out how to get music to play again. Because currently, we don't have any. Because Pretzel Rock isn't loading. I need to have a look at their Discord actually. I don't know if I've got it on here still. Don't see it in any of my groups. Doesn't look like it. MDI's up. So tournament arena's up. Right, let's do... Let's get set up. Get folk invited in. When the calendar starts working. Okay, that's a bit interesting. Let's try doing a reload. Reload. Ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, I'm in troops. I thought you were going away, Pixie. Just a couple of days out then. Right, let's see if the calendar caught up. Is Omega still here? Oh, she's still here. I don't know, I can't see what you look like. Okay. For some reason the in-game calendar's not loading. Can you see who's all signed up? It might be the add-on I'm running because it's trying to update. Ah, it's up now.
We can't invite anyone else.
Right.
They can't join our group.
We'll see who we've all got and then work out where we're going. What was that? I've got no idea what you said, Brad, because everybody spoke over you. Oh, right. I get the achievement earlier on for the 200 things to be killed in that zone. Yeah, I was AFK at the time. Well, we'd moved on to lightning by that point, so I don't think it actually matters what... Ah. Oh yeah, because I've got lightning and I've got storm. So I got lightning yesterday. Oh no, that was snow yesterday, and I get lightning today. Right. That one's there. Beg your pardon? Yeah, it's Taurens always have larger mounts. Yeah. Right, no roll time. So bragged, fell, Pixie, Omega, Zinnia, is your mic working?
They can't join our group.
Right, so we've got no Sturson, no Luz, no Hypo, no Grog, and Frosty's here. Denise, can you hear us? That would work. Right. Two groups of three. I think Omega's going to sit out because she keeps having crashes with her PC. I think that's the third crash. Because she just cut out mid-sentence. Yeah, no Omega for tonight. Right. So everyone's got DBM, everyone's got GTFO. Method Raid Tools is all okay. RC Look Counts is all okay. Weak Auras. Yes, and everyone's got the dungeon set as well. Do people have... Hello. Right, so there's one that coincides with the afflictions, which should be in the recommended list. Right, who's got it in game? Zinnias, you've got it. The lucky one. Weak Aura, can you link that? Yeah, please. So what this weak aura does is it tells you when the affliction is going to happen. Or if you're standing, let's say, and going and stuff. Yeah, you've got it. So the folk that don't have it is Bragged, Fell, and Pixie. Right. So Omega, you're out for tonight. Let's have a look. Right, who's in what houses? So let's start with Frosty. Right. Zinnia, you Lannister. Brad. Pixie. Pixie. Fail. So it's your in-game rank. Shit, I nearly just drank fucking white spirits. Nearly drank white spirits. I didn't look. I looked over, went to lift the bottle. It's a clear bottle. My bottles of water. Reached over for him. Hang on a minute. That's not what I'm looking for. Don't want to be drinking that. Nope. You're Baratheon. You're a bit further down the scaling. Right. And I think I'm Lannister as well, for what I remember. Until I do a switch over. Right. Oh, buggery thing. Ooh, that tastes funky. The white spirits might have been a better option. Right, how do we balance this out? Right, well in that case, I'll drop you out for this one to get yourself organised. And that gives us one group of 5. Right, so... yeah, that's what I thought you were meaning. You're still here then. We'll do... oh, 2 groups of 3. I was going to say, do you want to... are you still needing fragments and stuff from the bracket just below us? The Whelpling? I need to inspect your gear to see. So, your neck piece needs them. So does your back. Wrists, yeah. And your feet. So you're probably better, Bragg, to farm through that to get the crests. We've done it with Omega the other night there. So I went and done the low stuff with her, but it meant that she was able to get the rest of her gear up to 437. So if we do 2 groups of 3, and then that leaves you to find a tank and a healer. Or in fact, I'll tell you what, if we do it that way, I'll tank the low stuff. Zena, are you quite happy to lead the group for your stuff? Bragg, do you want to do it? If group 1 takes Lannister and I'll take Targaryen with the other 2. You're in here. Right. Phil, you still need to repair. Yeah, I moved you. Um, 1 minute. Give me a second. Depart here. Right, we'll go and do Vortex Pinnacle on a 13, which is Phil's key. So if you make your way out there. I'm trying to just find what I'd put as a bracket for this. Just trying to decide, Brix, if you can give us a hand. Help summon. Oh, fucking long road for a shortcut. Right, everybody in.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Countered.
Grapevine.
Countered.
You ain't break the vines,
Countered.
or you end up in a cocoon.
Three, two, one. Grapevine.
Oh, look, seriously.
Three, two, one.
Countered. Countered. Countered.
Three, two, one.
Yeah, you come closer, Pixie. You're too far out. Like, the further you're out, the more they leap.
One.
Countered.
Three, two, one. Grapevine.
Fucking thing.
AOE incoming.
Three,
Countered.
two, one. Grapevine.
Interrupt.
Grapevine.
AOE incoming. AOE incoming.
Three, two, one. Grapevine.
Right, everyone wants to take a different side. And you want to be on the inside of whirlwinds.
Ads. 3, 2, 1. Grapevine.
Counter.
AoE.
Step out. And look for where the narrow gap is, because that's where it's going to pass through whenever it expands.
Add 3, 2, 1. Grapevine.
AoE.
Back out.
3, 2, 1. Grapevine. Ads. 3, 2,
Counter.
1.
What AoE stun these?
3, 2, 1. Grapevine.
It's too far.
3, 2,
And then stack in to
One.
stop them from leaping.
Grapevine.
Counter. Counter.
Three, two, one.
AoE. Dodge. Breath incoming.
Yeah, we need to come back into the bubble.
Three, two, one. Grapevine.
Counter. Rescue. Counter.
Use Arcane Torrent over them.
One.
And then stick yourselves under this ledge. So whip your back against the
Two.
wall.
One. Grapevine.
AoE. Dodge.
Aggression coming. Three,
Stack in, right under them. I'll use Arcane Torrent.
3, 2, 1.
No, it was fail.
Grapevine. Two, 1. Grapevine.
I'll fail you on the wrong side. That's it.
Dodge.
Aggression coming.
Right, going.
Stasis.
Get
Wait.
knocked upward.
Right, you ready to get knocked up? And get knocked up.
3, 2, 1. Get upwind.
Dodge.
Aggression coming. Get upwind.
Should have a combat res.
Get
Wait.
knocked upward. 3, 2, 1. Grapevine.
Dodge.
Aggression coming.
So you keep walking into the whirlwinds.
Get upwind. Three, 2, get
One.
aggression coming. Get
Wait.
knocked upward.
Zephyr.
Get upwind.
Dodge.
Aggression coming. 3, 2, 1. Grapevine. Get upwind. Get
Wait.
knocked upward. Get upwind.
Dodge.
Aggression coming. 3, 2, 1. Grapevine. Get upwind.
Dodge.
Aggression coming. Get upwind. Get
Wait.
knocked upward. 3, 2, 1. Grapevine.
Dodge.
Aggression coming.
AoE.
Interrupt.
Countered.
AoE.
Three, two, one. Grapevine.
AoE.
Rescue.
Three, two, one.
Doesn't you just keep running up? Or did you go off the side?
Three, two, one.
Oh, you need to go into the bubble. Whenever air targets you, you need to be inside. And then if it's doing this big long cast, you need to come back out. So it's the vocal that needs to go in now. Then nobody inside.
Two, one. Grapevine.
AoE. AoE.
Three, two, one. Grapevine.
AoE. AoE.
Three, two,
AoE.
one. Grapevine.
AoE. AoE.
Zephyr.
Do a hunt. You need to stay until the end of the cast. You can't come out until it's finished.
AoE.
Two, one. Three, two, one. Killads. Three, two, one. Grapevine.
Jump. 2. 1.
Jump now.
5.
Find shelter.
Run into the bubble.
Three, two, one. Grapevine. Kill ads.
Zephyr.
Jump. 2.
Jump.
1.
Jump now.
I can hang on roots again in a second.
3, 2, 1. Grapevine. Kill ads.
Jump. 2.
And jump.
1.
Jump now.
5.
Find shelter.
Zephyr.
3, 2, 1.
Spaces.
Kill ads.
Jump. 2.
Ready, jump.
1.
And jump.
Jump now. 3, 2, 1. Grapevine. Kill ads.
Focus pause. There we go. Right. Yeah, you don't need that. Right. You've all got the wee corner now, haven't you, that shows you the affliction and stuff? Yeah. Phil, you got it as well, Paul? Right, so the counting down thing is an add-on that works with the weak auras. So depending on what it's referring to, so in this one it'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump now. Does that make sense? Yeah. So yeah, so you'll get, there's what's referred to as breakpoints, and they're not a guaranteed point, but they are potential. Let me define lucky ones UI. Lucky one. Right, so what I'll do is I'll quickly share my screen in Discord so you can see it. Now I've moved all my UI stuff all over the place to where I want it. You all see? Yeah. So you can see here, this is the one for this week. This is the entangling. This in the middle is the break point, where there is a potential that you're going to get entangling, but not a guarantee. So for like yourself, Phil, it's good for you to know, because you don't want to blow your major cooldowns if you're going to have to step out. It is It's maybe sitting in a different part of your screen. This, it might be like up here or something. I've moved these to suit where I want them. Yeah. So depending whereabouts it is. The other one is the likes of this one here. Now, what I'm going to do is if I bring up my timeline bar. So instead of me getting DBM coming up with its spells in different points and different times, I use a timeline. So it shows all the spells. So instead of being the ones all appear fucking wherever DBM's got them on your screen, all mine's come in on the raid ability timeline. And this one is actually the one that tells me when to jump. So there's a line on this for this specific boss, and if you watch it you'll see it going all the way up, gets to a line that's somewhere about here, and that's the point you jump, so that you don't get stung by the debuff. Does that make a bit of sense to you? Yeah, so the other one, which is the dungeon one. So if you actually look, my dungeon one actually sits under my timeline. So this is the stuff that's essentially the callouts for you, like dodge, or some kind of ability that's going to happen. So they all appear at the bottom of my timeline. So timeline's things that happen just throughout the timeline, like kicks and all the rest of it. And then this one is all the major things that happen, like frontal damage, or AoE, things like that. And if you're running the add-ons, that's the sound packs, I forget the name of it now. So there's that one, the Weak Horror sound pack, and there's a second one, which is somewhere about there. Shared media. So those two add-ons actually give audios to these different ones. Does that make some kind of sense to you? Yep. I can give it a bash in a second. So I move that in slightly. That there, and up a couple of lines. Sometimes my linking doesn't work because I've moved stuff. If not, it's in Discord under the recommended resources section. So you go into resources and then down to recommended. But take a bit of time and customise your UI to suit yourself. Look, all this here is method raid tools around the frames. So this is how I know who's got Arcane Torrent, who's got AoE CCs, single target CCs, kicks, major offensive cooldowns, mitigation, and external mitigations. So I know at any given time who's got everything up that I can push harder and faster. So the best way to do it is you bring them up and you click the little eyeball at the corner of it. And then what you're better to do is then go into each area and see where it's going to put it. So that one's to do with the active group. That's to interrupt one of the ads on certain weeks. Then it's the icons, which is sanguine and stuff down there. That's the timeline bars for the breakpoints for entangling or for the ads that need to be dispelled or the ones that need to be healed. I also track as part of it is the totem, which is utilities, and the reason for the totem is for doing like AoE stunning. But not necessarily right now, but take a bit of time. Also, this is what we're having the study groups for on Saturdays, which is once a month, is to sort of break all this down, show folk how to fuck about with it. Like, I spend a lot of time playing about with my weak horrors and re-enabling them so that they do different things at different times. So it might only load in raid, or it might only load in certain zones. If you are also running Plater, which I'm hoping you are, you will have. So if we run back, I'm going to go up to the top of the. In fact, you can wait there. I just want to go up to the top because there's that pack just at the top of the stairs. I know this is eating into key time, but this is probably quite helpful for you. So if you're running Plater and the Plater profile that I linked, which should be the same one I'm using, it will show up with the same colours for the same types of spells. So when I pick up all the aggro, everything goes a kind of purpley colour for me, meaning I know I've got the aggro. If it goes red, it knows that one user's got it. If it starts going orange, I know one user's starting to get it. So this is how the platers look, or how the nameplates look. And if you ever see a dark orange spell being cast underneath it, that means it's a kickable spell. Now, your kick spells are those ones there. And the best way to set them up is mouse over macros. So you mouse over the person that you want to kick, and then, so my kick's that one. So I can, for example, have this as my target because it's my bigger focus, and I can kick on something else. So I've kicked that one, but I was focusing on that one. Do you see how its health dropped ever so slightly? So you don't need to have this target that you want selected if you use mouse over macros. Now that's the dark orange spells are must kicks. Sometimes you want to hold off on your kicks if you know there's a pack that's going to have a must kick spell in it. Yellow spells are optional kicks. If there's nothing that's got a mandatory kick in it, then fucking go wild and kick everything. If it's got a light kind of purpley colour, it's a spell that can be CC'd but cannot be kicked. So your CCs are the likes of those, and that's your single target CCs, and that's your multi-target CCs, or AoE CCs. Then the next one is if you ever see that they've got a little blue bar, like a faint little blue bar on them, you'll see that means that it's got a shield on it. So if it's got a little blue kind of essency bit, then that's when you can use Arcane Torrent. Also, Phil, you've got another one that dispels magic. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Maybe that's it. Does tranquilizing shot remove? Oh, it does. So yeah, so if they ever have the little blue health bar on it, that means that it started to shield itself. If there's a lot of them got it, run into the centre of them, and you need to be in range of them, and use Arcane Torrent. It then sucks the fucking the debuff off them, or the buff in their case. We class it as a debuff because it's a buff to them. Then that consumes it, or use single things. So you might see just one's got a shield on it, so that's where you could use your tranquilizing shot or the consume magic off of one. And then once a group of them has it, you've got your AoE one ready to go and just fucking suck it all off in the water. Does that make a bit of sense to you? So that's all to do with the Plater profile, and I'm pretty sure it's the one that's in Discord now because it's the only one that I have linked. So I mean, as a quick way of looking at it, you'll see enemy profiles, depend NPCs. It has different colours and auras already preset up, so you can see here he's already done a lot. If things are a light blue and aqua colour that is in the health bar, they are high priority targets. That's the main target within a group. And now you can see the different types of fucking spells and everything. So that's going through a sequence of it. So you see how these yellow cast bars you just seen a second ago? So that there is a kick spell. That's a mandatory kick spell. So the deep orange are the ones that you must kick. Has it got to show? So this is just examples. But yeah, and there you can see like that kind of purple colour I was telling you about. That's the ones that must be CC'd. So you've got mandatory kicks and optional kicks. So that's an optional. Let's see if we can do that. And that's a mandatory. Does that make a bit of sense now? Right, let's get our asses out of here. Also, if you're on that weak aura, that plater profile, along with the add-on, which is the sound media pack and the weak aura sound media pack, or shared media, it does the call-outs for you, so it'll tell you when things are about to do frontals. So the guy that set them up, I can't remember his name, he's actually really good, he's an Asian fella. I'll link a lot of his videos onto Discord from time to time. But it will do call-outs for you, so when there's a mob that does a frontal ability, so you know not to stand in front of it, which is good for you, Phil, because then, remember in Uldaman, where you ran in front of me, and we're going down that corridor, so that does a frontal spell. It calls out that it's about to do the frontal. So if you know that that's coming, that gives you a slight break point to know, fuck, I need to move away from the front of these. Because by the time I shout out, it means I've already heard, I've processed it, and then I've called it out, which can be a little bit delayed for you. But yeah, that's the basics of it. We want to be kind of sticking close to, so we're not dealing with the bursting effect, because you just don't really want to be going into 14s. We're going to try and find what, see, whenever you look at your dungeons for the week on hang on, I can't remember the fucking name of it. Wait, no, fucking stream again. Raider.io, you get this little panel on the side of your box, so not the one along the bottom that tells you your dungeons, but this panel here. Have you, do you see it? So this is the active week. So you see the one that's coloured in, that's the active week, which corresponds to that icon. So that's next week or last week, because it alternates between the two. So what you want to do is look down this list here and pick out the lowest one you've got. So Phil, what's your lowest one, or has got nothing? And Pixie, same for you. That's what she said. Naltharian's Lair. Always an infusion. Okay. Right, well, what about you, Pixie? Press I for your dungeon list. So I for instance. In the right eye. So what is your lowest one for this week? No, so not this physical week, on this week's affliction. So I, for instance, then click on Mythic Dungeons, yeah, and then down that right hand column, or whatever one's lit up, because I don't know what way yours will be. So whatever one's got the icon at the top of it that's illuminated with the gold banner, and then you come down that column to find the abbreviation of whatever one it is. So as an example, mine would be HUI 16. HUI is Halls of Infusion. And what about the other ones? What have you got on them? Or is 7 the lowest that you've got? So you've got a 0 on Arthurian's Lair, Brackenhide Hollow, Hog's Freehold, Hog's Infusion, and Naltharis. So it's not Naltharian's Lair, it's Naltharis. Right, so what we'll do then is, let me take all of this out. If I search for a 12, that'll then bracket 11, 12 and 13. What's that? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so this is an add-on called Pre-Made Group Filter. So you can tick all the different things that you want. And the way to actually find, so if you're ever trying to do a specific key, let's say I wanted to do a 20 key, I would search 19, 20 and 21. And then that gives me all the 20 keys. The way that it works is if you search for a value of 12, for example, it will go 1 up, 1 down, and as well as that level. So that will search for 11, 12 and 13. So it's a bracketed point, so you can see like 11s and 13s here. So let's see. Hog's Infusion, 13. So that shouldn't be too hard. If you all click to accept. But yeah, so you don't need the add-on to search the bracket. You just need the add-on for sort of picking out what you're looking for. Phil, you need to select your role. And this here is a separate week order that I run that shows me like the mythic rating that people have got, as well as what classes are in what classes. I know that's a hunter, that's a druid, that's a chamois, that's a priest, that's a paladin, that's a warrior, that's a mage, warrior, priest. So you can see like what comps are in what groups. So that's paladin, druid, priest. So I know that's a holy paladin, and if I mouse over it, you can see that it's got holy paladin, balanced druid, disbanded. So by mousing over it, I can see what the class is as well. So it tells me that it's a Beastmaster Hunter. So there's some weeks you might not want specific groups. Halls of Infusion. See, he's trying to get fucking carried. That's how he declined. Freehold. The best thing you can do is try and get your rating up and then run your own groups using your own key. And the way you get your rating up is by increasing this number here on both weeks. You get the full value of the points for the key on 1 week at its highest number. So, like, for example, I've got a 16 here and a 17 there. I got 100% of the points for 2 upgrades of that 17, and I get 33% of the points for the 16. Where I've got 2 that's the exact same, I'll get full points for one of them and 33 for the other. Does that make some kind of sense to you? The basic format is, see where you're missing dungeons completely, you're screwing your rating over because you've not done anything in it at all. So rather than going for the easy dungeon every time, you go, oh, I'm going to keep doing Vortex Pinnacle, I like Vortex Pinnacle, it's easy, there's a bit of gear I'm still looking for, I'll keep doing it. You actually cripple yourself because your rating never goes up. So you're missing, from this week alone, 4 lots of rating. Which actually, if I honestly was to see you in a queue for a dungeon with me, because your rating's at 1,000, I would make the assumption that that's not a main character and it's an alt that you're playing. Simply because your rating's so low, but also because you've played DPS and tank at different points, and that's just by looking at Raider.io. Do you see the bit of information that I'm talking about? Yeah. And yeah, you can see, look, Pixie, he's done all a normal raid and he started heroic raiding. Again, same goes for yourself, Phil. Look, you've only done a bit of heroic raid and not done any normal raid. Look, these are the things, whenever you were all asking me the other week there, like, how do I get into groups? What can I do to get into a group better? That's the answer to it. It's look at yourself and go, if I was picking folk for a group, would I pick this person based on the Raider.io? So what's their rating at? Have they done normal raid? Have they cleared the normal raid? How far into heroic raid are they? What class do they normally pay? So if somebody's signed up to a group as a tank, but they've only ever played DPS, you're never going to take them. I actually forgot what key this was. If you type /keys, it actually brings up. So North Tharis, it'll be North Tharis 13. I'll stop this. Does that give you a bit of an idea what to sort of be doing to help your rating and how to get into pub groups a bit easier? Say again, mate? Yeah. Look, we were talking about this actually the other night there, late on in Discord. Look, it's a really fucked up system, because just because somebody's got a high Raider.io score or have done heroic raid 9 out of 9 does not for 1 second mean that they are a good player, and are definitely not guaranteed that they've actually got an understanding of what it is they need to be doing. The only system that actually gives you a good idea if somebody performs well is Warcraft logs. But the only downside to Warcraft logs is that it requires people to actually upload the logs. So if no one uploads a log, you'll never know if somebody's actually performed well or not. It's also how you can sort of quickly tell if somebody's been carried through raids. There was somebody we had the other day there that came to raid, and I'd look. So whenever I look at who's come to the raid, now I can see in advance. When I look through Warcraft logs, and I seen that one of them was 10 for 10. Sorry, 9 for 9. It's like, that's interesting.
5, 4.
So I went and looked
3,
at his combat
2,
logs, and
1.
he was scoring like 2s and 3s, meaning that he was dead on every fight. So he'd been carried all the way through. Whenever I then investigated a bit more, what I could really see was there was a group of 10 people whose scores was like 90 odd plus. So they had like really high DPS versus another 10 people that was really low.
Shockwave.
One.
Shockwave.
And another one. So don't be scared to use your major cooldowns just now. This is a big pack. It's about to get bigger.
Shockwave. Shockwave. Interrupt.
Let's just take these inside a bit. It's just a trash pack.
Watch your step. Break running.
Freedom.
Watch your step. Three. Watch your step. One. Break running.
Freedom.
So you need to come in a bit closer,
Watch
Pixie,
your
because you're a bit
step.
far out.
Three, two, one. Break running. Shockwave.
Bloodlust.
Dodge.
Charging. Move.
Pixie, you able to bloodlust?
Three, two, one. Break run.
AoE. 3.
Freedom.
Round
Shockwave.
2. 1. Dodge.
Charging. Move.
Round.
Shockwave. Three, two, one. Break run.
AoE. 4. Dodge.
Charging.
3.
Move.
2. 1.
Shockwave. Three, two, one. Break run.
Freedom.
AoE. 5. Dodge.
Charging.
4.
Move.
3. 2.
Shockwave.
1.
You can't outrun it, you just need to stand still.
Three, two, one. Break run.
Freedom.
AoE.
You still hear us, Phil? Not Phil. Pixie. Have you got bloodlust still? Yeah, so whenever we get to bosses and stuff, you probably want to black it out to bloodlust. Right. Do you know about the chain trick up here with the trash? Yeah, so I'm just going to loop everything up. Give me a minute.
Three.
So
Watch your step. One.
come round to the chains.
Break run.
Run.
I'll do one set.
Watch your
Let's see how this
step.
goes. So grab a chain, pull it through it.
Watch your step.
So you need to take it through the mob.
Three.
No, you missed it.
Watch your step. One. Break run.
Freedom.
You can only do it once every 3 minutes. Pixie, you done it yet?
Interrupt.
Counter.
I'll leave it for the next one then.
Watch your step.
I've got to do a big fuck off pull at the bottom.
2, 1.
Run. He'll see you.
Shockwave. Shockwave. Interrupt.
Run.
Watch your step.
So there's a chain just behind where I am.
1.
Just in this corner.
Shockwave.
Quickly grab it.
Run.
Just behind me.
Watch your step.
Run.
So just here,
Watch your
where I'm
step.
jumping.
Shockwave.
Run.
3, 2, 1.
Run.
Shockwave.
Run.
Watch your step.
Run.
Watch your step. Watch your step. Three, 2, 1.
Right. Right, let's go for it. Bloodlust.
Dodge.
Wave.
You got it, mate? There we go.
3, 2.
So remember, put yourselves on the markers and then head for the stairs.
Freedom.
Watch
Dodge.
wave.
Out the going. You're a bit far out as well, Pixie. Can't do anything to help you if you're out there.
Drop.
So drop on the markers and then head for the stairs. Head for the stairs.
Yeah.
Chain boss.
You don't want to pull the chains through him because now we'll get 2 stacks.
2, 1. Break run.
If you leave it for me to pull them through, I can time it.
Watch
Dodge.
wave. 3, 2, 1. Break run.
You should be able to disengage to get away through that vine as well, Pixie.
Drop.
But also you're taking the spell just now you want to mitigate through. Just head for the stair. That's it, straight line.
3, 2, 1. Break run.
Freedom.
Watch
Dodge.
wave.
Let's go on. There shouldn't be another chain section.
3, 2,
Dodge.
watch wave. 1. Break run.
Freedom.
Drop.
Chain
Dim.
boss.
So, see where the markers is in the room? That's where you want to place the spears that you use a chain to, and then head for the stairs. Right, we're doing a big pull, and there's going to be a thing for you to click on for the chains. This is a big fucking pull. How they stay close.
Shockwave.
So where you can see that
Shockwave.
skull that's
One.
floating about,
Run.
Great
that's where you want to all head towards.
Run.
Shockwave.
Run. Run.
And just rip it through it.
Shockwave. Watch your step.
So take it through the ads themselves.
Interrupt. Shockwave. 3. Shockwave. 1. Great run.
Have you all done chains?
Shockwave. Interrupt. 3, 2, 1. Great run.
So the idea is you loop them all together and you just chain them repeatedly one after the other and you just fucking smash them down. Normally I would have picked these ones up, but because
3,
he's going a bit chaotic
2,
behind me, I'll pull
1.
back.
Great run.
Hug a wall. Okay, somebody didn't hug a wall.
Watch your step. 3, 2, 1. Great run.
Counter.
Watch your step.
Dodge.
Shockwave. Interrupt. Watch your step. Three, two,
Dodge.
shockwave.
Go on.
Interrupt. Watch your step.
Dodge.
Shockwave.
Counter.
Watch your step. 3, 2, 1. Great run.
Dodge.
Shockwave. Watch your step.
Dodge.
Shockwave. Three, 2, 1. Watch your step.
And then hug the wall so you come up round. Where's your CDs are up?
3, 2, 1. Great run.
AOE. Dodge.
Shockwave.
Dodge.
Shockwave.
AoE. Dodge.
Shockwave. Interrupt.
Dodge.
Shockwave. 3, 2, 1. Red button. Charging.
AoE. Dodge.
Interrupt. Watch your step. Watch your step. 3, 2, 1. Watch your step.
AoE.
Watch your step.
AoE. AoE.
3.
Dodge.
Shockwave. 1.
Dodge.
Shockwave.
AoE. Dodge.
Shockwave.
Do you want to go for the big fiery guy?
Dodge.
Shockwave.
She's the one that does the constant AoE smash. It's just the monstrous thing.
Red button.
AoE. Dodge.
Shockwave. Shockwave.
So the gas that you hear Omega is to let me know that I'm not standing consecration.
AoE incoming. 2, 1. Red button.
Front.
Special coming.
LCD.
Watch your step. AoE incoming. 2, 1.
Darkness.
Front.
My mic's muted.
Special coming. Watch your step. AoE incoming. 2, 1. Red button.
Front.
Special coming. Watch your step.
Rebirth.
AoE incoming. 2, 1. Red button.
Front.
Special coming. Watch your step. AoE incoming. 1.
Front.
Special coming. Watch your step. AoE incoming. 1.
There you go, not too bad. I'm now going for the last boss, and the important thing is pick up the coins and then use them to target the boss to get his shield down. And you want to bloodlust over the shield. Which is one of these you'll need to like, pull the bit out and then throw it away again, probably. Big buzzard.
Quick run.
Just get the buzzard down first,
Shockwave.
because then we can kite the rest up. I'll be on the boss.
Shockwave.
Just focus the buzzard so I can then start moving. There we go.
2.
And then focus on the one with the yellow marker on it.
Shockwave. Shockwave. Shockwave.
Keep focusing on it. And you can dispel that shell. This one you've got to power through,
Interrupt.
so you can then be kicked.
3.
Just keep going to the yellow one.
1.
Tranquilizing
Quick
shot.
run.
And then buzzard again.
Shockwave.
Winds.
Pushback incoming. Shockwave. Three, two,
Tranquilizing shot.
1. Quick run.
Switch to the yellow marker.
Shockwave. Interrupt.
Countered.
Shockwave.
Back to buzzard.
Three, two, 1.
So yeah, it's whenever the shield, or after he's been stunned, after the shield's been broken, is the point to bloodlust. Happy with that?
Quick run.
Right, first thing, pick up some coins.
Dodge.
Shockwave.
Out
Charge.
the cone. Come on a bit closer, mate. He's a bit far out. That's it.
Watch your step.
Right, get ready to kill the ad. Go for ad. Just don't stand in the fire.
2, 1.
Dodge.
Shockwave.
Freedom.
Shield.
Get ready for it. Use your special ability. Wow.
Three, two, 1. Quick run.
Let's have to wipe this and you do it.
LCD.
Come on, I'm trying to fucking get killed here. So when you use your special action button for the coin effect, you don't need to stand still for it. You can actually move. Some of them require you to be in range. Some of them don't. Some of them's like, so you've got a range ability, a melee ability, And a chargeability. I think that's the 3 of them. You can pick up more than one charge as well, so you can pick up more than one set of coins. The only thing is, if you end up with 2 of the same, you'll end up with only 1 ability. It's a bit of an RNG thing. Let's go for it. So pick up some
Dodge.
coins.
Shockwave. 3, 2,
Range.
1. Grapevine.
Freedom.
Everyone got some coins?
Watch your step.
Add.
CC the ad.
Dodge.
Shockwave.
Shield.
Right, shield ability.
3, 2, 1. Grapevine.
Right, pick up some more coins.
Melee.
Three, 2, 1. Grapevine. Watch your step.
Add. Dodge.
Shockwave.
Focus the ad. If it's target, you don't let it hit you.
Shield.
And the boss, special action ability.
Three, 2, 1. Grapevine.
Range.
3, 2, 1. Grapevine.
Dodge.
Shockwave. Watch your step.
Add. Shield.
3, 2, 1. Grapevine.
Throw.
Three, 2, 1. Grapevine. Watch your step.
Add.
They target you. Three, 2, 1.
Dodge.
Shockwave. Grapevine.
Shield. Charge. Heal CD.
They target you.
See any more coins?
2,
Heal CD.
1.
There it is.
Target you.
Oh yeah, it's seen.
Heal CD. Charge.
Yep. Well, I knew we were going to end up out of fucking time anyway, after that one. Let's try to just push through it. Okay. Yeah, you can patch up. Just before the boss. So you want to use the ability to patch up and to repair. Patching up removes bloodlust. You ready, mate? Right, pulling 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Dodge.
Shockwave.
Can't remember coins.
Range.
Watch your step.
Add. Dodge.
Shockwave. 3, 2, 1.
Shield.
Bloodlust. Right, need some more coins.
3, 2,
Charge.
1. Grapevine. Watch your step.
Add. Dodge.
Shockwave.
Do you see the ad? No, don't let the ad come in contact with you.
Shield.
Shield.
3, 2, 1.
Melee.
Tranquility.
Do darkness.
Darkness.
Three, two, one.
Dodge.
Shockwave. Run. Watch your step.
Watch the ad.
Add. Shield.
Where's the shield?
3, 2, 1.
Alright, if I'll just go for the boss. There we go. Right. Oh, he's gone. Have you got anything nice? So, what you want to do is look at the website called EU.gg and it will show you what is your best in slot, but look at the most popular for both keys and for raiding. If it's not good for you, it might be good for Phil. Yeah, if you use the website EU.gg to start looking for your better items and do it based on the most popular ones. And you do it for both raiding and for keys, so you end up with 2 sets of gear ultimately. Half it will be the same. Right. I'm going to give you a quick guided tour of this place so that you know where these fucking chain things is. So you'll find that pretty much every group will go the same route I went. Come out and go to the left. And that brings you over to this barricade. What I'll do is I'll just share it. In fact, if you want, Phil, you can look at it on stream. So this is normally the first pool, and you bring the 2 big guys, plus the pack that's here, and the patrol that's coming back through that area there. And you do this as one big pool. So it's all on one spot. Depending what week it is, so if it's next week, you bloodlust this pack, not the bosses. Because trash is more fucking trickier than anything else. So this is a big, massive AoE, blow all your cooldowns, and just get ready to fucking ride the waves. Go all the way up and round. I'll quickly explain the boss. There's a couple of things that I spotted with you. So, the boss itself has to be baited for its charge. So, the better way to do it is to bait it close to the walls. So you always want to kind of position yourself towards the closer walls. So if I just throw out a couple of markers. So the first one you want to bait is sort of just to that spot. So I'll normally tank it over here, which means that you place yourself, if you're melee, then you place yourself at that side. And if you're ranged, you're over where the skull is. That way, it baits it in that direction. So he turns to face that direction and then he'll charge. You just need to move out the way of the charge because he fucking shits lava out the place. And then that's your point, Phil, to sidestep the shit. And then all you do is I keep tanking in the same place, but yous all move round slightly. So you then use move round to that part for the range and that part for the melee. And the reason for this is because I've got to keep him out the lava on the ground. If I don't, then he ends up becoming more empowered. Now, the more that I've got to kite him and run him about the ground because he's been fucking catapulted up to Timbuktu over there, there's a big lava stream all the way up there, I've got less floor space to actually work with, because if he's went that way on one bait, he's then went that way on another bait, and fucking at another point he's down here, then I've got lava all over the floor that I've got to try and, one, keep myself out of, but also keep him out of. Does that make a bit of sense to you? Yeah, so he'll charge out and the lava goes in a straight line from where he charged back towards where he shit, basically. So if you just sort of gradually turn them around the clock face by an hour at a time, then you end up with a nice little pattern going all the way around the room until eventually he's actually heading out the door and we're heading out after him. Does that make some sense to you? Right, the next part is this change thing. So it takes 3 minutes for the change to dispel the debuff. So you get a debuff after using one set of chains. So the more mobs you've got, the better it is, because everyone grabs a chain and everyone pulls it through. But again, depending on the week it is, might depend on how many you do. So sometimes you'll find that people will do that set of chains with the patrol that's walking up and down the main corridor along with everything that was back here. So that's the first one. And if you mouse over it, you'll see a little cog effect. And all you do is, hopefully it'll work for me, is you put your back towards it first, so you're facing out in the direction you're going, click on it, you then get the chain, and just drag the chain straight through the pack and through the biggest fucking angriest cunt you can find in it, and it'll then explode on everything in it, and all the little shitty ones get completely annihilated. If however it's this week, I would actually use the chain over here along with the stuff that we had. So you end up with that group at the back along with the big patrolling guy. Normally 3 chains will do it. If not, then you do the next big pull, which is you wait for the guy to patrol down, and then you take everything in this corridor all the way down, so you've got another one there as a backup if you ever need it. There's then another one at the other side of here, which is there. And the one that is actually the better one to use is that one, because you've just pulled everything down the corridor, and I'll have pulled everything out of the chamber, and then people are already sort of baiting this, waiting for it, and they just run the chains through one after another. So you do one set of chains, give it a second, next set of chains, give it a second, next set of chains, so that you don't use more chains than you need. If everyone goes for it at once, everyone gets a debuff, you've got to wait 3 minutes for the next one to go off. Whereas if you do it small and consistently, you might have somebody that doesn't have a debuff, and then they can be used for a later pack. Yeah. For this one, when you get targeted by the boss, you place yourself one person on one marker, so you're spread out in a straight line, and then you head towards the door. By heading towards the door, what you create is a straight line with the chains. So the chains run, if you imagine, from where I am just now back to the purple marker, and from where you are, Pixie, to where Fell is. So you end up with them in straight lines, and what that allows me to do then is kite the boss. Now I know he leaps to begin with, so I wait for him to do his leap, then I take him through the first chain. I then wait until the debuff falls off, because it does a tick damage that stacks. So if you break more than one chain, people are likely to die. Whereas if you do it where I drag him through one chain, debuff falls off, I then drag him through the next chain, next one goes off, drag him through the last chain, everybody's back in the fight. You're just a fucking... Ideally you want the range player to be the last person that's going to drag through it, and the melee to be the first person. Does that make sense to you as well, Phil? So that's that one. Then there is another set of chains in here, which can be used. So again, like next week when you're doing smaller pulls, because the trash takes longer, so it might take you like 3 minutes per trash pull anyway, then you can use that one. And then the final one, which is the big one, which is that one, which ideally you want to have grabbed everything in the entire room, from the last boss up to the birds just outside. You bring everything back here. If you need to use things like turbo or darkness, just so that people can get in range of this, and then same principle, chain after chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you need a fifth, you've used the fifth one. Happy with that? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really make any difference onto my vaults, but it will make difference on your vaults, because we'll do one less dungeon probably by the end up. But this means that if you come back in here, whenever I start doing callouts, like do chains or drop, then you've got a better idea where to go. The last one I'm going to explain, and we're going to use this room for it. See the boss with the anvil, not the next boss. The best way you position yourself, so if you imagine this circle that I'm stood in, this is where the anvil is, where I am right now. When you get the debuff on you with the circle, you want to spread yourself so that you are effectively forming that pattern, but really widespread. So the anvil's here, the boss is on this side of the anvil. You run out to those three positions. The reason being is because I'm about to get catapulted backwards, so I get thrown back to the edge of the room where I can then use a mitigation spell, and then I'll come back into the centre where the anvil is, and you need to do sort of little movements because it drops shit in the room, and then the boss comes back into the middle regardless. But those are the three positions around the edge of the room that you want to sort of position yourself, because it drops an item on yous and it radiates out. By those three positions, you don't hit each other, and you can stand in the centre of yours, so you'll get hit by it, it radiates out. Once it's finished radiating, you just come back into the fight. Yes. So by spreading to those 3 points, that leaves me this entire side here to get thrown about on, and leave the puddles. So I will always leave puddles around this side. You'll always see like me getting catapulted. I'll drop a puddle there, I'll then get catapulted that side, I'll then try and go back to this side. I'll always try and avoid this part because there's lava here, there's a metal grate, and I really don't want to go into it unless I'm using my bubble. Cool. Right, let's get out of here. That's kind of the main points to this one. And then obviously on the last boss, just keep moving and use your abilities. You just need to make sure that the best way I've found to do a lot of fights is top down views. Turn your camera angle to look down on the floor and try and plan your path. So when you see something land, that's the areas it's going to explode on. So you need to try and remember, right, that one's going to explode first, that's going to be second, that's third. By third goes off, first will be clear, so I can make my way back round to there and sort of just look back at myself. Cool. Right. Dungeon list. He's quite happy to go for another. Right, so that's Halls of... Oh, no, it wasn't Halls of Infusion. That was Faris. No, we don't want to do a 25. We'll bracket for 12. There's an 11 Halls of Infusion. And it's a Volker, which means he will have Bloodlust if he takes us. There we go. So we'll make our way to Halls of Infusion. Once I remember how to get there. Oh, it's behind us. It's up behind. It's up next to where the catalyst is. Just both know about the creation catalyst, actually. Cool. So it's down in the pit. So if you head for the big beam of light coming out the tower, and then you drop down around that column, and then it's on like the third level down. Did I come in on the wrong one? Oh, I'm down one more. There we go. Let's start doing some summons. He's here. Did somebody help the last guy in? We need a leader here. He must just be new to the guild.
Front.
So if you're looking at a thing, you're just now saying front, is because that trash pack just to the right does a frontal attack.
Front.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right, so I'm going to take this group down to the door.
Front.
So kick the one that's got the cast.
Countered. Countered.
Front.
Tranquilizing shot.
Grapevine.
Front.
Don't burn the front of Phil.
Interrupt.
Is it you? Oh no, it's not you. Sorry, my bad. Good Walker.
Front.
Watch the leap. Are you starting to see the difference in the colour of the cast bars now? Yeah.
2, 1.
I'm going to take this group over to this one.
Front.
Countered.
Three,
I've got this one.
2, 1.
Got the greens.
Front.
Innervate.
Front.
Also, the ones that have got markers on them are always going to be casters in my groups. So anytime you see like the diamond or the square or
1.
anything like that, that means it's going to be a caster. So there's 3 casters in this next group.
Countered.
No. It tends to be just all casters
Countered.
are the priority targets. You always want a caster to go, because if I don't get rid of casters, I can't kite, which means that it takes me longer to go to the next pack.
Two, 1. Grapevine.
Front.
Next stun.
Interrupt.
Front.
I'll do that one.
Countered.
There we go.
Front.
Stampeding roar.
So you've got a bleed effect on you, or you did a second ago, Phil, and that was from standing in front of stuff. Right, let's go for it. So you'll get a debuff on you, and you just want to head out to different sides. Similar to the boss we're talking about with Anvil, is you want to go out to 3 different corners.
AoE incoming.
This is just an AoE, but you just need to kind of stay in.
2, 1. Grapevine.
Dodge.
Shockwave.
So 2 to go out.
Flourish.
Watch your
You
step.
don't want to go out to the same side, Phil, because it ends up getting bigger. I want to put these over the boss.
2, 1. Red run.
Dodge.
Shockwave.
And the cone.
AOE incoming. 2, 1. Red run.
Tranquility.
And then run it to different sides.
Dodge.
Shockwave. Watch your step. Move.
Oh, you go further.
AOE incoming. 3, 2, 1.
Rebirth.
Dodge.
Shockwave.
Cone. Right. There's a bit that you can bait everything back here in a minute. So you sort of stand at that corner once we've cleared all the shit out.
Two, 1. Red run.
Counter.
Shockwave.
Right. Now what you want to do is come outside and wait
Nervous.
here.
Three, 2, 1. Red run.
Right, I'm going to tell you when they're about to come out the door. So Phil, you get ready to AoE stun them. Now, they're just coming out.
3, 2, 1. Red run.
You'll be able to stun them again. You've got that one. So they're both AoE stuns. So you've got... Alright.
Two,
Right, there's a stealther about here somewhere.
red run.
There he is.
Shockwave.
Well, thank you. And again. Right, just give me a second because there's a pack out here.
3, 2, 1. Interrupt.
What I was looking for. There's two stealthers.
Counter.
And then the one with the yellow skull on it. Oh, yellow star's the priority.
3, 2, 1. Red run.
And the kick. Too late.
Counter.
And swap to the other guy.
1. Red run.
Right, the frog, everyone's fucking favourite boss. See whenever it comes up on your screen saying bait, stand underneath the frog exactly. After that, you then want to kite in a circle to keep the frogs it spawns in under him.
3,
So in underneath him right now, under him completely.
run. AOE
Now
incoming.
move out.
Watch your step.
You want to then kite the frogs through him, because I can't grab the aggro.
AOE.
3, 2,
Tranquility.
break run.
Avoid.
So again, come in,
AOE incoming. Watch your step.
watch the splash, and then kite them all in underneath them.
AOE.
And stun them.
3, 2,
In.
1, break run.
The idea is the tank gets eaten so that he doesn't get hungry.
Avoid.
However, ideally you use all the ads for it.
AOE incoming.
There we go. Right, the dragons do a front cone, so don't go in front of it. It can be outranged, however, general rule of thumb is just don't fucking stand in the cone.
AOE.
There's the breath coming in. There's also shit in the ground in the water.
Incoming. In
CC.
front.
Counter.
I'm just going to keep kiting backwards.
Innervate.
3, 2, 1, breath incoming.
There's our cone.
Breath incoming.
Another one.
Run. Run. CC.
Watch your shit on the ground.
CC.
Watch more shit.
Breath incoming.
Run.
3,
AOE.
2, 1, break run. Breath
AOE.
incoming.
Counter.
Run.
Flourish.
So you just want to stay behind the dragons and keep going for them.
Breath incoming.
Run.
3,
That's like guys.
2, 1, break run.
AOE.
Right, do you see the pillars, the ones that get cracks in them, and the ones that don't? So this one's got cracks in it, and the one over here doesn't. Place yourself between these pillars, so you don't destroy the good one, and then hide behind the good one when we get to the point of going in. You've also got a step out, step in thing as well, same as we had in the last raid.
3, 2, 1.
So here's a cone. So you don't go behind the pillar because we need to keep it out for that good pillar, otherwise we lose a good pillar.
Find shelter.
Now line of sight. Tight against the pillar. You need to be physically up against it, otherwise you'll take damage. There we go.
Watch your step.
Step out.
3,
Wait till it goes under you, and then step in.
1, break run.
You were stood on it. Right, so I'll just hope that doesn't smash the good pillar.
Find shelter.
Line of sight.
Watch your step.
So step out. Wait till it's under you.
3,
Step in.
2, 1.
Nice and simple. Right, the good pillar's just next to us, so we want to keep away from it a second. So we don't bait anything towards it.
Find shelter.
Yeah, just keep going for it. He's dead. Right, next one. On the corridor, there's like big urns, big fucking pots in the middle. If you go and put your back against them, the big circle that comes down the left and right doesn't knock you back. It's more beneficial for range. So yeah, you run all the way past Pixie. Go and stand where that big pot is.
2, 1. Great run.
Put your back against it,
CC.
and you'll never need to worry about the winds. See how they're just running right past you? Right, we're going to make a run for the next one. I'll bring the dragon out. I'll face him down this way.
Counter.
You just go and put yourself up behind it. Hang on, just give me a second.
AoE.
Go do a front cone breath.
3, 2, 1. Breath incoming.
Run.
There you go.
Flourish.
So where that green triangle is just now, that's the sweet spot. You see how you don't get hit by fuck all? And then same on the next one. Sure.
CC.
And I'm going to put myself at the back.
Interrupt.
Counter.
3, 2, 1.
Run. Knocking back.
AoE.
Yeah, if you get knocked back, it sends you at the very beginning.
Interrupt.
AoE.
Run.
Oh, I
Knocking
get that.
back.
AoE.
2,
Right, all the way into the boss. And you get the gauntlet run in a minute. So you want to push this, blow all your cooldowns and go for everything. Go for broke.
AoE.
Just don't get hit by the shit. Okay, we're just ahead on DPS.
2, 1.
Knock.
Knocking back.
You don't want to go into the water. So there will be a point where we get portaled back. Because we're behind on DPS. So you should all see that little bar just now that's got the white line and the blue bar.
AoE.
Oh, sorry mate. So that's essentially
3,
where the break point is.
1.
So if you've used your big cooldowns, you want to hold off. So we're about to get portaled. Now. Do you see that as well, Phil? So that's how you can sort of gauge if you're ahead or behind
Stampeding roar.
on timers and stuff. On certain bosses, it will have things like that. Go this side. And this side.
3, 2, 1.
Through that one.
Run.
Right, we don't want to kick these just yet. So they do a channel cast into the boss.
Three, 2, 1. Great run.
One more ad. And back onto the boss. And then you'll see that same bar up. So the blue bar isn't the big thick blue bar.
AoE.
It's how much DPS it's going to take to kill him. The white bar is the timer.
Move. No.
Knocking back.
3, 2,
And whenever I get out of range, he switches target.
Heal CD.
Tranquility.
Move.
Flourish.
AoE.
There you go. Fucking 3 upgrades on his key. What more does he want? I don't know if those feet would be any good for you, Phil. You might want to ask. Oh, it's the crafty ones. What you want to do though is you want to upgrade them using the enchanted thing, so I can make the enchanted one. So you use 4 crests or 3 crests, depending what one it is. It's a higher one, so it would allow you to take it to 447. But for that, you need to be running 16s or above. So let me just have a look. So the Whelpling enchanted crest allows you to take it to 408, and the Worm Shadow crest allows you to go to 437. You also need to use a spark. No, it's a spark of Shadow Flame. So you need to use that to allow you to take it up, which comes from, yeah, 2 of them. Yeah. So it looks like a little broken ring for the bits, and then it's like a red fucking weird thing in your bag for the other bit. Right. Let's health out of here. Oh, I have. Fucking, you see, you said that, I was like, fuck, have I? Not that it makes any difference. I've got fucking tons of Worm Crest. I should have waited, I could arrest you. By the time you get, in fact, the only thing you're going to get from it's the crest. And actually you'll get 12, so you really want to get there quickly before the chest despawns. I'm out. Have you already looted it? No. I think... Alright. Was that maybe for the last run? I'm pretty sure you need to loot the chests for you to get them. And you'll also get bonus flight stone because somebody in the group hadn't done that dungeon at that level, which actually was Phil. Right. I can't see into the dungeon now because I'm out it. Just down the hill. So if you look to where the stairs is, do a 180, and then you'll see the path, the water trail going down. Right, so that was halls. So Phil, that should bring your rating up quite a bit. Yep, so if we can do Brackenhide or Freehold, then that should push you right over. Just let us know when you're ready, Pixie. I thought there'll be no chest. Got it. Hmm. Yeah, it's still worth it. Not the fragments and stuff, no. Maybe they automatically gone. Right, that's Brackenhide Hollow I've queued us for. Freehold. Right, before we go any further, I've got to do something before we go for Freehold. Go into your game menu and go to Options. You can accept that as well, because he's still looking for somebody. This is for Brackenhide. You then want to go to, you got that, Pixie? Sorry. Come down to the one that says Keybinds, which is under the gameplay options. Got it as well, Phil? Come down to the one that says, wait, I think it is. I want to say it's targeting. Yes, go into targeting, and you'll find one that says interact with target. It's kind of midway down, near the bottom actually. Set a keybind for that. Set it to anything you want. Just remember what you've set it to. I used F because I don't use F for anything else. Quite happy? Right, and then close that. The reason for this is on Freehold, there's a fucking mini game where you've got to chase after a bastard pig and pick the fucker up. Rather than you running about like an idiot chasing it, smash the F key and it'll chase after the pig and pick it up for you. Going to have to pass. Why? Brackenhide Hollow. The actual dungeon of Brackenhide Hollow, not the free boost in Brackenhide Hollow. Yeah, I'm flying down as well. I've also got a quest to hand in down here. This was for yesterday doing the boost in Brackenhide Hollow. Wrong tent. Yeah, let's summon Pixie for this side. Oh, it's just one of these ones that's going to be fussy about who he takes. Cool. Let's summon the last one in. I'm on the corner because it's easy to find. As in, that corner. Right. Good job for you on this one, Pixie. The big guys that start spinning about and going mental, tranquilise them. Nice and easy. That's your main job. He starts spinning, tranquilise it. Start spinning, tranquilise it. I might need to get some more potions.
Five, four, three, two, one.
So first pool is a big pool. We take everything down to the cage. Somebody make sure you fucking do the cage.
Watch your step.
Run.
So get ready to tranquilise.
Quick run.
Tranquilise.
Ancestral guidance. Tranquilizing shot.
There we go.
Tranquilizing shot.
Somebody did.
Interrupt.
Countered.
Right, the one with the purple is the next
Right.
one. Get ready. Tranquilise.
Tranquilizing shot.
That's it.
Tranquilizing shot.
Fucking you even got there before the other hunter did. That's what we like.
One. Quick run.
Interrupt.
Right, Pixie, do us a favour. Head down to that cage. And start to open it. I'll just come up in a second. Go for it.
Three, two, one. Quick run.
Countered.
Watch your step.
Countered. Countered.
Three, two, one.
So, Pixie, you're the purple one.
Totem.
And everyone for the totem.
Run.
Purple one. And tranquilize.
Tranquilizing shot.
There we go. And then everybody go for purple.
Interrupt.
Countered. Tranquilizing shot.
3, 2,
You're gonna fucking bit quick with that, you know? You didn't even need that one. Oh, fuck it, I'm going for it. It's mine. Right, let's go for the next pack. So it's a yellow target for you for the tranquilize, and everybody starts spinning.
Countered.
Heal CD.
Run.
3,
So, think.
1.
Watch your
Tranquilizing
step.
shot.
Run.
Tranquilizing shot.
Interrupt.
Heal CD.
Okay, so you may want to turtle, but never mind.
Countered.
Just run back, mate.
Watch your step.
Just to confirm, you got the
3, 2, 1.
cage.
Run.
Happy days.
Run.
The thing you need to remember here
Watch
is that
your
these
step.
ads will focus onto people, and there's nothing I can do to pull the aggro back. Don't go into that pack.
2, 1. Break run.
Actually, what are you doing? I don't want all this shit.
Tranquilizing shot. Countered.
Run.
So the one that's spinning like a
Tranquilizing
madman.
shot. Countered. Tranquilizing shot.
Totem.
Counter.
3, 2, 1. Break run.
So green target is the main one there.
Run.
Tranquilizing shot. Tranquilizing shot.
I'll get this cage.
Interrupt.
So yellow target for you.
Run.
Totem.
Totem for us at the back.
Countered. Tranquilizing shot.
Yeah, a bit soon that trank.
2, 1. Break run.
Interrupt.
Tranquilizing shot.
Fucking hell. Tranquilizing, 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 tranquilizing. That's what she said. Get after this pool. So what I do is come back,
Countered.
3,
and then somebody goes and does
One.
the next cage, just at the
Counter.
back of this. So there's a patrol going round to it now. Wait for the patrol to go out, and then somebody goes and does a cage. Wait a second to finish this. There we go. So, the one with the yellow marker again.
2, 1. Break run.
Run.
Wait for it.
Tranquilizing shot.
Oh, you were just a bit too quick.
Interrupt.
Let's just take these with us. So, he goes first
3,
with the skull.
2,
He
one.
goes second with
Break
the
run.
moon.
Bloodlust.
So skull first, then X. And if you get targeted by the big guy, it's not getting anything on him.
Countered.
Right away. So he's
Three.
targeting me, just stay away from me a second.
1.
Tranquilizing shot.
He's on me again. And me for hell.
Interrupt.
If you get targeted in a second by the big guy, don't run about like a headless chicken.
Attack totem.
Go for totem.
So,
Subsoak.
Right, don't run about.
3, 2, 1.
Fucking stand still, you absolute moron. Right, so red one's next. It's going for the healer, so stay away from wherever the healer is.
1.
Tranquilizing shot.
And it's coming for me. And it's me again.
Ancestral guidance.
so,
Subsoak.
Right, don't move.
3.
Don't fucking move, you
one.
absolute idiot.
Great run.
And yes, Pixie, I was aimed at you. Basically, so whenever you get the red arrow on you, the tank needs to position himself between you and that boss. We then use a mitigation spell, so that we get hit by it. Right, let's go for this pool here and that there. I can do that. Put that down. Put that down. Do that. Do that. And we just.
Three,
Countered.
2, 1. Great run.
See how easy this week is? Look at trash.
totem,
Got him next.
3, 2, 1. Great run.
Spirit link.
And here's one of your friends again. There we stand and shit.
totem,
Now totem.
3, 2, 1.
totem,
Countered.
Move out.
Three, 2, 1. Great run.
Brains.
Ancestral guidance. Countered.
3, 2, 1. Great
So
run.
the decay, once it gets to 20% health, It then starts to break off and form 3 little ones. There you go. You can head up the hill with these though. Just fuck all.
Three, two, one. Grapevine. Watch your step.
Totem. Run.
Right, totem's up the top of the hill.
Countered.
It's a red marker.
Watch your step. Three, two, one.
You can use turtle as well. Just to kind of save your life a little bit.
Run.
Countered.
What you going?
Totem.
Now totem.
Watch your step.
Stay out the shit.
Three, two, one. Grapevine.
Let's run out of that.
Watch your step. Three,
Run.
two, one.
Going.
Grapevine.
Countered.
Watch your step.
And step out.
Interrupt.
Countered.
Two, one. Grapevine.
We're done. Right, for this one, you need to bait the ads close to the boss so that I can pick them up.
Knock.
Defensive.
Three,
We'll come in close.
one.
Let's go on him.
Pull.
Use what to move out.
Ancestral guidance.
Knock.
Defensive.
Three, two, one. Grapevine.
Stun over them.
Heal CD. Knock.
Defensive.
AoE stun over the ads. There we go.
Two,
Knock.
Defensive.
grapevine.
Quick, go break the ring and get fucking thrown back.
Pull.
Move out.
Knock.
Defensive.
Three, two, one.
Right, let's go and get the guy off the bridge. Avoid his frontal. He'll turn and face a direction and does a frontal. There you go,
Shockwave.
frontal. I'll be up.
Run.
Step outside.
Three, two, one.
Tranquilizing shot.
Yeah, you can't do it to him. But it wasn't you. It was the hunter trying to tranquilise. I just heard it because I've got it set up so it tells me if it does certain spells.
Shockwave.
Go on.
Run.
Mount up. And then up round to the right. And then we want to drop onto the road. Ideally that pack's heading away, that's good. It means I can get him up here away from that other patrol.
Ancestral guidance.
3,
Done.
2, 1. Grapevine.
I want him. That. So it's important with this next bit, you don't go onto the platform until you're ready to start the boss. The minute you step onto it, it becomes active, and the boss becomes active.
3, 2, 1. Grapevine.
You know that?
Bloodlust.
Right, so if you get targeted by the hounds, kite them through the traps that have now been placed on the ground.
Knock.
Looking back.
Don't run into the trap yourself, because you just get stunned. Well.
2, 1.
So drop them, I'm going to just move a bit.
Looking back.
Three, 2,
Counter.
1.
That barely was getting to you.
Grapevine.
Knock.
Looking back.
They really are just a one-shot mechanic if they reach you.
Ads.
Looking back. Interrupt.
Countered.
3, 2, 1.
Looking back.
Yeah, my eyes will get to you before us. I'm quicker at this game.
Interrupt.
Countered. Countered.
3, 2, 1.
Interrupt.
Grapevine.
Right, we can mount up and then we're going to the left. Not the right, to the left, because we're skipping. And then you want to hug the wall as you jump up and over.
Three,
Run.
2,
Tranquilizer.
Tranquilizing shot.
Up in stereo there.
Tranquilizing shot.
Watch your step. Interrupt. Run.
3, 2, 1. Right.
Tranquilizing
Run.
shot. Counter, counter.
Watch your step.
Tranquilizing shot.
Somebody kick.
Counter.
Bring that over to me.
Watch your step. Interrupt.
3, 2,
Watch your
1.
step.
Run.
Run.
Counter.
Rain's about to start spinning.
Counter.
Watch your step.
Tranquilizing shot.
Right, in the room, range players can stand roughly where I am and not have to move too much. Melee players just shoot. You've got to fucking follow the boss.
Watch your step.
I step out of that. I bring him over here, and then I'll put the
Defensive.
totem into that corner.
Totem.
There we go. So you always want to try and have the totems baited back to where you've just left the swirly.
3, 2,
And the way you do it is 180 degrees to the boss is where it will always bait the totem.
Defensive.
Totem.
Attack totem.
Spread.
Loosely spread out. Don't stand on top of each other.
Watch your step.
3, 2,
Defensive.
1.
Totem.
Attack totem.
Ancestral guidance.
Defensive.
Totem.
Attack totem.
3, 2,
Spread.
1.
Loosely spread out. Oh, sorry, mate. I was trying to get fucking.
Watch your step. Defensive.
Totem.
Attack totem.
3, 2,
So you don't need to get the boss down to 0. What you do need to do is stay out of that swirly thing that's going around.
Defensive.
Best thing to do, Pixie, like I said, stand in that corner and
Totem.
it'll actually pass you by. Yep.
Attack totem.
So maybe just slightly further back. So go back a bit more.
Watch your step.
3,
So
Defensive.
it's just the point before
One.
you hit the. There you go. Yeah, so you can get away with it, I think, sort of standing on this lip. See, just here. Yeah, and it still puts you in range of all the totems as well. Fuck off. It's the fucking trinket I'm looking for, but I'm looking for it on the hero track. How many is that we've done tonight? Is that 3 or 4? Oh, that's good then. We're actually just finishing in time then. The rest of the guys have just finished. Right, so before we disappear and go up and do debriefing with them, is there anything you want to ask me on any stuff that I've shown you tonight? That might be the, yeah, so they go that kind of colour whenever you don't have the aggro of them, I think. It's more like the casts and stuff that you're looking for. Ah, right, okay. Hope yours. Yeah, I mean, using your own key and is the quickest way as a DPS to ever get into a group, because then you can sort of select who you want, and it isn't a nice thing to do and cherry pick people, but that's the way the game goes. And so you already know what eye levels you're looking for, because if you look at the channel in Discord, it says ranks under information. I've already put how our rank structure works and what brackets that puts people into. So if somebody's trying to get into your group and you're running keys that are 11 to 15, you don't want MD lower than 421, because they're already in the group behind. Same way if you're running 10s to 16s, you don't want MD with less than 408. And it's that sort of sliding scale. The closer to the 6 you are, then it's 408's kind of okay. The closer to 10 you are, 421 you want. When you then start in 11, 421, up to 15, 443. So it's that sort of sliding scale. So you just kind of look at it. Look as well at the rating. Also, if you mouse over, people look. So if I mouse over Phil just now, I can see that the best he's done on Brackenhide Hollow, which is the current one we're in, is 2 upgrades on a 13. His best run is a 14 untimed on Underrot. If I look at Pixie, best one that you've got is 3 upgrades on Brackenhide Hollow, and you've run more than 12 keys between 10 to 14. So you get a bit of an idea of who's at what stages. And like I was saying earlier as well, look, so the biggest thing that's going to go against you, Phil, is because you've tried doing a bit of tanking and DPSing, it shows that there's no clear indication of what one you've actually done more of. And that's why you're probably better to run your own keys in your case, because you'll struggle to get into groups, because folk will look at it and go, don't know if I really want to take him. Is he a tank? Is he a DPS? What is he? And I'm not saying that to be mean or anything, I'm letting you know how that's the mentality of most pub players. Yep. Two. No, it was Phil I was talking about. He'd yeah, the 2 pluses is 2 upgrades on it. And also, if you look at Phil, you can see it's only shown currently. Now, bear in mind, Raider.io, unless you're on the desktop app, will only update when you update WeakAura. Not WeakAura, when you update add-ons. If you're on the desktop client, it updates more frequently. No, it'll automatically block it itself, or it should do now. Or you can go and set it not to upgrade it. Right, let's go up and see how the other guys are getting on, because they've just finished as well. Yoo-hoo! How did you guys get on? Yeah, I don't see what one she's done because it's not registering Raider.io yet. Logs is slightly different. Hang on. So, Uldaman, Underrot, and Ulduin. So 317s in total. Is there you any points? Bragg, anything? Feedback then for Phil. And Pixie. Cool. So what they're talking about is in Naltharis, the little statues at the side that you can grab the chains to kite them through the mobs and just delete them. Just fucking saves a lot of time. That's pretty much everything for tonight. If any's are interested, I will be on tomorrow afternoon, and I think probably Gibby will be about tomorrow afternoon as well. If anybody's wanting to get characters from 60 to 70, or want to help getting people from 60 to 70 over the next 2 days, because there's only 2 days left before the 50% boost drops off, then you'll catch us on Discord. Yeah, we try and kind of rotate so that people, if you've been sat doing fuck all for the last hour, then you then go and do something for the next hour. It roughly takes about an hour to go from 60 to 70. And if you're under 50, it takes about 3 minutes per level. Yeah, don't do what Omega did. Fuck me. If he's going to look at my Twitch clips fella, I don't have any audio, but all you see is like Omega like getting struck by lightning, getting rezzed by Fel and his priest, and struck by lightning for a second time. It's like, yeah, lightning does strike twice the same place. Yeah, that was never. She was trying to help with DPSing. Cool. No worries. Right, I am going to go to end the stream so I can finish that off. I think that was the right button.